Hey guys, come on in. What's up? What's up? Would you like me to be your mentor? Those of you who don't know me, I'm not going to say much about me. You can check out thewealthytrainer.com. This will get out there, I think, based on the heading. That's part of what we do, right? So what do you think of the view? And as you guys are coming in, as you're piling in by the thousands, would you like me to be your mentor? Who would like me to be their mentor? I mean real time. I mean every single day. At least a couple of hours a day. 2 hours a day, every single day, until you reach whatever your first goal is. Would you like me to be your mentor? That's the topic today. Well, I wanted a mentor in this game of personal branding, building a business online, really. Let's go there. My goal, come on in guys, I'll keep it short. What do you think of the view? I think they're installing the front pool at Hotel Paradise, right across the way there. They're actually cleaning here today. So would you like me to be your mentor? Let's go through this today. Would you like me to be your full-time mentor? One of your full-time mentors. 2 hours a day, every day, until you reach your next goal. Then I can continue to be your mentor. Would you like that? Well, guys, I'll tell you something. I've been looking for mentors in every single business I've done. It's Throwback Thursday today, so I was thinking, let's do a business throwback today, because I've had 21 jobs by the time I was 25. Couldn't even count them. I was able to count a dozen solid businesses where I wanted mentorship. And I've been building businesses for a long time, mostly failures, mild successes, and I've never really gotten a mentor. My mentor was books. So let me answer your question right now. Would you like me to be your mentor? The answer is no. I will not be your mentor. This was inspired by Gary Vee and a little bit of Tony Robbins. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story with myself in this game. This game, which is online marketing, building businesses online using me. Me as the personal brand. So why will I not be your mentor? Because I did not have a mentor in this game. I had two mentors. And I'll tell you my exact path I took. I did not have a mentor. I do have mentors now, but I had to prove myself in order to get mentors. So your mentors, my friends, are YouTube and Google. Those are your mentors. If you're not succeeding, it's not because of a lack of mentors. You have mentors. Anything you want to find is on YouTube or it's on Google. Anything. If it's not there, it will guide you to that next piece of information. So now I'm going to throw in a bit of Tony Robbins, and I'll share with you guys how this applied to me 4 short years ago. Right now, I'll tell you guys why you should probably listen to me before I jump into how to dig into those virtual mentors. But Tony Robbins always says, but I'm jumping all over the place. I got so much on my mind right now. I just heard a Gary Vee speech. I just jumped around again. Tony Robbins says, it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. How bad do you want it? Everything is out there. If you start searching for what you want on Google and YouTube, it will guide you to your virtual mentors. All of my mentors to get to 7-figure income. Seems weird. I've got my Walmart hoodie here. This shirt is actually a very nice shirt. But t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, hoodies, you wouldn't think of it. You wouldn't think it. You wouldn't think it. Thinketh. You wouldn't think it. But this is what I wanted. This was my goal. To work in my pajamas and earn multiple six figures a year. And how did I get to this point, which is 7 figures, and now I'm going for 8? Now I need to step up into real life mentors. But to get to a certain level, all you need to do is find your virtual mentors, and you can find anything you want, guys. Now I need to share with you guys a little bit of my journey, and I may get some nuggets along the way. I may spill some nuggets along the way. I kind of put out everything I learn online anyways. There's not much I can mentor you to do aside from showing up at work with me and twisting your arm and saying, I'm going to fire you if you don't do the work. I don't want to have to do that, because it means you don't want it bad enough. If you want it bad enough, you're going to be accountable for yourself. If you can't figure it out, it is out there. So how can I help you with that? Well, I'm your mentor online. I mean, if you go to thewealthytrainer.com, you see my journey, literally. Video number 1, when I was making $0 from home. They're all up there. They're in sequential order. You can see my journey. And I do that with other leaders. That's exactly what I've done with other leaders. And you must find your online mentors. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you is my path to where I am today by using online mentors. And what online mentors basically taught me, once I connected all of the dots. Online mentors taught me to piggyback off platforms, to tap into audiences with what I have, which is value in my niche. Content, create content, build your audience, create content, build your audience, provide to that audience. Create content, keep building your audience, keep creating content, and keep providing it to your audience. As your audience grows, you have more and more and more content for your new audience members, as well as nurturing your existing audience members. That's really the game. Doesn't matter what business you're in. We are in the digital age. How would Ty Lopez say it? In today's modern world, there's no way around it. You need any business, doesn't matter. If you're a business person, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you must create content on a regular basis, and you must build your audience or your company's audience on a consistent basis all the time. So, if you look at those things, creating content, look at the content that's out there and make your own. Pretty simple, with the addition of yourself in the content. So here's an example. My lesson today was find your online mentors. That's my lesson today, but I'm going to story stitch. I'm going to throw my story in this piece of content. So the lesson is find virtual mentors with the intention of creating content and building your audience all the time. Those are the 2 main things you need to do. Create content and build your audience. Always create content, always build your audience. Did I say it enough times? Always create content on a consistent basis. Continue to grow your audience on a consistent basis. Now, let me story stitch. When I started in this game, I went after virtual mentors. I searched on what I need to do. Took me a long time to figure out, believe it or not, that those are the 2 key things. Building your audience, your list, your email list, your custom audience, your people, your tribe, number 1, and creating content, number 2. I just recently pinpointed it to those 2 things by finding online virtual mentors and following them and consuming their content at least 2 hours a day. I just put 2.5 hours in today. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I consume that content. Now, content, that's how you create your content. Pretty simple. There are details to it. How do you find out what the details are? Become resourceful. Keep searching. YouTube, Google, okay? Now I need to touch on the audience building process because there are ways to build your audience quick. There are ways to tap into other people's audiences. And here's what I did, and it changed my life. I found people, I found systems, I found a system, which shall remain unnamed. Doesn't really matter as long as they have a large audience. I became resourceful, and I found out what I need to do to get in front of that audience. Because when you get in front of other people's audiences, they're going to find you, and they will go into your audience. So what do I need to do that? I'm going to compare this a little bit to influencer marketing. I just got told no again by a massive influencer. They wanted way too much money than I thought they were worth. What's influencer marketing? It's kind of what I'm about to talk about and what I've done a little bit. Influencer marketing is when you contact an influencer with a huge following and you say how much? How much to do a collab with you, or how much for you to mention me or share me with your list. How much to tap into your audience. On Instagram, the big thing is if you have a physical product, you ask them how much to hold your product on their Instagram photos and tag your account. That's influencer marketing. Your audience tapping. Now, why is this so powerful? Obviously, the obvious reason is because a certain portion of their audience will totally gel with you. Totally gel with you and follow you. Now, there are easy ways to do this. You find systems that reward their grinders, that reward their the people who get it done. They're all over the place. Any network marketing company, if you start hitting the ranks, getting those results, becoming resourceful on how to get those results, they're going to put you on their stage. They're going to feature you. You'll get in on interviews, all that kind of stuff. That's audience tapping. So continue to create your content, of course. That's how you're going to nurture your new audience members and get new audience members on your own. But the audience tap, I'll tell you guys how I did it, okay? I'll be very specific on how I did it and how I can help you with this as well, personally. How I can personally help you with this. I got into a system where there was a bunch of superstars, a bunch of speakers, a bunch of teachers. I'm in the education game. I teach people how to accomplish certain things. The education game is a beautiful game. People have been paying for education forever. School, university, you get it? There's no financial limitations for that. You can name your price, because when you're educating someone on doing something, you are their time machine. You're helping them accomplish a goal that they need to accomplish, and you're doing it in a quicker way. You're solving their problem. You're educating them on how to do that. I'm all over the place, but it's okay. It's just a live, right? This little old live. So what I did was I started building my audience slowly and realized that audience tapping would just bring me right up there. Why not audience tap? So I found a system. I started in an online marketing system 4 years ago, and I noticed that the people that were on stage had these huge followings, huge amount of fans, and I just kept inviting people to those trainings. And what would happen was people would join me, people would follow me because I was the one who invited them, and I would nurture them by helping them out. But what they would also do, I'm sorry guys, I got a cold. What they would also do is they would also follow the person on that stage. They would also follow the person who's always being featured. They would also follow the leaders who are teaching in front of that huge audience. It's the clout, right? So That was my next move. I said, I got to get in front of those audiences. What do I need to do? In influencer marketing, it's pretty simple. You pay money. There are other ways. You can rank up like I just mentioned. What I did was I contacted the person or the organization or the powers that be or the decision makers, which didn't get back to me right away. Well, I'll tell you how they got back to me. Results. If you get results on your own by becoming resourceful and finding your own virtual mentors, you will get their attention. They will notice you. The numbers will show. So here we go. I tried to contact the powers that be to get on that stage, to teach in front of their audience of, I believe they had about 100,000 people going through that specific system. Something like that at the time, 4 years ago. I'm not really plugged in with that system anymore, but that's what it was at the time. And there were big numbers that I knew about. But I found out later there were bigger numbers because of replays of the teachings being stored in their database as a teacher. So you'd live in their system. So anyone new who would come through their system would find you, and every day those leaders, those staples, those people teaching and on stage will get new followers on autopilot all the time. That's where I wanted to be. So how do I get there? I tried to contact the powers that be to make it happen, and they wouldn't answer my calls. They wouldn't reply to my emails. So what did I do? I got results. I started getting results, not knowing how to get results. So how did I figure that out? YouTube and Google, guys. And I had to buy some courses too to figure out how to get the specific results to get their attention. And those specific results in this case were selling memberships. Yes, I got commissions for them, but that's what I had to do. That's what I had to figure out. I had to do it. I even went down to cold call sales and started cold calling people, literally, just to get those results. Did it get easier as I went on? Absolutely, because my audience started growing. So here's what I did. I put in the work, and they eventually answered my calls. After a certain amount of results, completely on my own, I had 0 mentors. Like I said about 25 times, YouTube and Google were my mentors. Then from there, when they answered my calls, I point blank asked them, what do I need to do to get on that stage? What do I need to do? You can ask that question if they're going to take your calls. And who do I mean by them? I mean the people or the organizations with huge audiences that you want to get in front of. It's not necessarily how good you are in the beginning. If you can get in front of an audience, a portion of that audience will follow you. It's a numbers game at that point. Some will gel, some won't. So once I finally grinded my way to a certain level where they would take my calls, they told me exactly what I needed to do. Well, listen, we'll make you a deal. If you can reach this level in this amount of time, we're going to put you on stage. This would be about 3 years ago. It was about 3.5 years ago. Took me about 6 months of grinding just to get them to notice who I was. This is an organization, again, with a large audience. This is a while back. So I did what I had to do. I took their deal. Well, I took their deal. It was just like a unsigned deal. It's like, if you can reach this level in 30 days, we'll get you on the big stage. And that was the beginning of my career. I became resourceful as heck. I looked up everything. I made calls. Most of my resourcefulness came from screwing up. I learned more what not to do than what to do. That's how I did it. And I think that's the only way to do it. You've got to fail your way to success, because you do pick up on the things that don't work, and you know what not to do more than what to do. by eliminating what not to do, you end up doing the right things. So I started making more and more sales. I started ranking up. I hit the rank required. And if I wouldn't have hit the rank required, I would have just kept going until I hit the rank required. But I wouldn't have bitched and complained that it's not fair. I sure as heck wouldn't have done that, and I still don't do that. When that influencer said no to me this morning, it was a LinkedIn influencer. And she just said, "You're not big enough yet." So what am I going to go in a corner and cry? No, I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to get resourceful and make it happen. So I got in front of that audience. I'm going back to my story. I got in front of that audience, and I guess once the numbers went through the roof, basically overnight, I understood that audience tapping. So I knew nothing. I wanted a mentor. I couldn't afford one. It's not that I couldn't afford one. No one wanted to mentor me. No one wanted to even answer my calls. So I got the work done. I became resourceful, and then I asked the question to the audience, the people who control the audience I wanted to get in front of. They only answered my call after I got my own results with absolutely no help. I didn't work with anyone, no partner except Google and YouTube, which in my opinion are the two best partners you can have. Excuse the sniffles. And then from there, people started taking my calls. So I was able to get bigger interviews and kind of repeat that process over and over again. And then it hit me. Then it hit me like a punch in the face. I want to do the same for other people, and which is why I started, as I was building my audience, I says to myself, this would be about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I says to myself, heck, my audience is starting to grow. I can put people in front of my audience and do the same thing that was done for me. So, which is what leads me to Branding YOUniversity. Yesterday we got 183 new students, and we were consistently at about 150 new students per day last week. I said I wouldn't share these numbers, but I don't mind sharing them because geometric progression has kicked in. We have free affiliates in the system. We teach online personal branding. We teach audience building. We teach social media strategies. We teach online marketing. We teach all of the digital stuff that any single business or aspiring entrepreneur needs. It's not niche specific. It's non-company specific, obviously. It applies to any single business. So why have I created this? To teach, obviously, but I've created it in a way so that people can also promote it pretty much the same framework as what I got into, and have an audience that grows daily. Right now we're growing by at least 150 new students per freaking day. So where does that come in for you? You know the story I just shared with you? I want you to look at this for yourself. As our audience grows, you will have the opportunity to audience tap. So the subject of this was, would you like me to be your mentor? Yes, I can be your mentor if you prove it to me. If you prove to me, you can get to a certain point on your own. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? So what's required? Well, for us, it's pretty simple. It's based on membership sales. How do you make membership sales? I won't get into that too much. You can go to brandingyouuniversity.com. That's brandingyouuniversity.com. This is not necessarily a call to action to my system, but it's to make you realize that content creation on a consistent basis and audience building are the two most important things. And the quickest way to build your audience is to rank up on your own or get results on your own in a certain place. Reach out to the powers that be. Ask them what you need to do, which will definitely be results based. All certain training will be provided for you to get there, but you're also going to get awfully resourceful. And if you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. And I got to go here because now I have a pretty crazy mentor that would not have worked with me 4 years ago. It is costing me multiple 5 figures. However, even at that, I couldn't have gotten this mentor that I'm currently working with. So I had to grind it out on my own. I had to prove it to myself. I had to prove it to them. I had to audience tap in order to get that mentor. So I'm kind of putting it in your corner now. You're going to want to probably do the same thing. You will probably want to audience tap. I don't see why you wouldn't. Oh, I really got the snifflies. I don't see why you wouldn't want to audience tap. You do want to audience tap. There's no maybe you want to audience tap. You want to hop on platforms with large audiences. And then the mentors will appear. The mentors won't just appear. And you can't just request mentorship unless you've reached certain levels or gotten certain results. That proves a lot to the mentors too. It proves that you can do it on your own. Have we been on for 26 minutes? Holy cannoli. So guys, with that being said, no, I will not mentor you. YouTube and Google will mentor you. But what I will do is provide you with a growing audience and training, as much training, all the personal development I do, I put it to the test, I put it into training, and I guess I'm going to have a little call to action, guys, is because I'm so freaking excited. Yesterday was once again payday. It's our third pay run on the new system. Paid out over $30,000 to right now, I think it was 342 people. This little guy right here. So the way it's scaling, I'm really going to promote the fact that I want to get you guys in front of the growing audience. And if you get in front of our audience now, it will serve you for a very long time. It's much easier now. We have under 50,000 students in total. I think we just broke 40,000. They're free students, but those are still eyeballs. It's a lot easier right now in our system to get in front of the audience than it will be once there are 300,000 students, which will happen pretty darn quick, the way we're building this. And we're nothing right now. So it's like getting on stage in the infancy of what we're creating here. We are creating, I say that because I may be the one programming it, I may be the face of it for now, but we are building this. Listen, guys, over 10,000 affiliates now. Yes, we're going to reach 50,000 free students, but over 10,000 affiliates building this. So yes, we are building this audience. It's not just me. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to have to leave it. We're going to hit half an hour, and that's a big no-no for a live. I'm trying to cut it down. There was a lot of babble here. What do you think of the view? It's really chilly today, actually. I should have the big jackets, one of the big jackets on. So there you go, guys. Start finding mentors online. Follow me if you like. This Sunday, I may be doing an untraditional topic. I think I will be doing an untraditional topic. It may not be tactical. I may do a mindset webinar this Sunday. I won't even post the registration link. You're going to see it in your back office. You're going to see it if you're on the list. If you're a Branding YOUniversity student, you will get notified. But I'm really leaning towards a deep mindset. Well, it'll be about confidence. That's the most important thing you can have. I think that will be the topic. I've got tactics coming on my yin yang. And I've got a list of things I want to teach. What am I going to teach next Sunday? I think we're going to do a mindset thing this Sunday, because I'm coaching 63 people right now. This is just it's different from mentorship. We're just meeting 3 times with 60. I've got 63 people that I'm meeting 3 times with over the period of 3 months. However, it's not. Here's what I'm getting out of this. It's really good for me to do this with this many people because I'm identifying a lot of things about people. A lot of things about people. Most of it is mindset, guys. I mean, I lay it out on a silver platter most webinars. If you were to dive into any of my content libraries, it's all written on the wall. It's all there. It's all very specific. And as I talk to most of you, to almost all of you, I'm going to say 90% of you, there's mindset blockages. So I may cover that on Sunday. So time to get resourceful, guys. There is no lack of resources. I want you guys to have an awesome Thursday. I got to get off here. My fingers are getting chilly. They're getting chilly. So I will see you guys. I should have engaged more. Actually, you know what? I may go down and reply to your comments. If you leave a comment, I know, me bad. I don't engage much, but I'll be engaging more in my social media instead of just showing up and leaving because I know you guys care. Have an awesome Wednesday, and I will see you guys later on social media. Bye-bye.